Before I get started, I just want to give a quick shout out to my friend John Garces. Hope I got that last name right. I didn't screw your name up, John. He's going through a lot of tough times. He's a good Twitter friend of mine. Guy I've talked to for about 4 years, possibly 5. Really cool wrestling fan. He's going through some tough times, so I'm sending my thoughts and well wishes to him. Not that he's probably going to see this for a bit because he's taking care of personal issues. But to anybody that is on this channel that talks to him, send your thoughts. Also keep him in your thoughts. And I know he's going to get better. Just stay strong, John. Anyway, on with the show. This is Real Honesty with John Ritland. I'm John Ritland. This is a raw, raging Cajundome, Lafayette, Louisiana show. And look, it's competing with Game 5, which is still going on as of this recording, by the way. So, the NBA Finals, NBA Finals Game 5 started an hour into this. So they had Brock and Heyman come out and hype up the crowd. And okay, Heyman got, it's like, okay, got this whole thing. He's a great salesman, a great pitchman. And then Joe and Lesnar brawled. And that was fun. You had, Angle recruiting a whole bunch of independent wrestlers. Like, you go out there and people are like, I don't want to go out and break that up. But they went out there and broke that up. Then talents came out after the security guards got thrown around. That was a fun opener. That was actually really, really good. It reminded me of Taker and Brock, right after Battleground. I'll kill you, you're going to have to. The sad thing is that I feel that the brawl is actually longer than the Joe versus Lesnar match will be. I do not suspect it will go longer than 10 minutes at the most. But still, for right now, I'm hyped for Lesnar and Joe. My hype may diminish because Lesnar's obviously just going to run through Joe, and Joe is not going to look like his equal. Even though I think it'd be nice to have Joe shock the world and beat Lesnar. But for now, good opening segment. Then we had Dean versus Elias Samson, and good. It was good. I mean, you had Elias running down the town, which I guess is going to be his regular thing going forward, and I'm okay with that. Miz interfered in the match, and Elias got the win. It looks like Dean and Miz might feud all the way to Great Balls of Fire over the Intercontinental Championship. I'm okay with that if Elias interferes, and then Miz wins, and then Elias and Dean go off and fight, and then Miz will probably face Reigns at SummerSlam for the title. Because you only have a few weeks until Great Balls of Fire, so just have a blow-off with Miz and Dean, even if I'm kind of tired of seeing that feud. Still, Dean and Elias had a good match, decent enough. Elias gained the win. I don't mind Elias in the ring. I can't stand the gimmick, really. The Drifter gimmick's boring, but hey, at least he's getting some heat. Some heat. He's getting better heat than he got in NXT. Because sometimes you'd almost hear crickets when he was out there. But, Elias, I don't think Elias is much more than a mid-card jobber at best, but at least establish him now and then job him out maybe later in the year. Still, this feud with him and Dean may be pretty fun. And then you had Noam Dar talking to Alicia Fox on the FaceTime, and it was ridiculous. Why is Alicia allowed to talk in this character? Alicia is actually not a bad talent at all, but unfortunately she kept just shouting. Cedric Alexander squashes Dar within 30 seconds. I don't even think it was that much. Please let this be the end of the feud. Stop jobbing out Noam Dar. Give him something he can sink his teeth into. And I'm sorry, have Dar get rid of Alicia Fox. Dar is better than this. Cedric's better than this. And it's nice to establish Cedric back, in the fold. But please let, Dar move on to something better. Still, they need to stop doing the purple rose for the cruiserweights. You want to change the ring mat and you want to change the LED panels? Fine. Stop changing the ropes. Because it just doesn't do any good. Unless you're going to give them lengthy matches and you're going to do one cruiserweight match and then another cruiserweight match and have, a section of, 30 minutes of cruiserweights and then change the ropes back, fine. But if you're just going to do one cruiserweight match and then all of a sudden do another cruiserweight match, way down the road, it doesn't help. Because then you're having to put the tape on, take the tape off, put the tape on. One, it's wasteful, not that WWE's hurting for money, but it just serves no purpose. Stop making the cruiserweights this much of an attraction. Build something around them and you got something. Video package for Reigns ×2, because instead of giving more time to the main event, they decided to play this and recaps of Joe versus Lesnar too much. Look, part of the reason this Raw was a little bit better than last week's, which is not saying much, is because Reigns wasn't on there. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm tired of Reigns on my TV. I'm tired of it. It's not his yard. I don't care. Y'all can be Reigns fans all you want. I don't despise Reigns. I don't like his character. Hopefully, maybe Reigns being off TV here and there, he's going to announce the SummerSlam plans, which probably means that he's going to say, I want Brock for the Universal title. and he'll lose a match. Miz will run him down, and then you'll have that program run in. I'm bound and determined they're going to have Miz versus Reigns at SummerSlam at least, where Reigns will beat Miz because reasons. Bray video package, he's the eater of girls, apparently because he's dating JoJo, I guess, and him and his wife are going to file for divorce. None of my business. He would not be the first male or female superstar or athlete or actor or actress to be married and get in a relationship with somebody else. I'm not here to judge if him and his wife were estranged or if Bray and JoJo were happy. I don't care. My problem is that you have Bray forgetting about his feud with Balor right when they hyped it up for the Superstar Shakeup, and now he's entering a feud with Rollins, which I guess fits considering they both cheated on their fiance/wives. So, Battle of the Unfaithfuls, I'm going to call it. I guess we're getting no Bray versus Balor. I'm fine with Rollins versus Bray, but why did they drop Balor all of a sudden? Did Balor just not seen as a big star? I mean, he should be. He's better than Reigns. He's a lot more marketable and a lot better. But, whatever. Charlie looked absolutely amazing as always. Great in black. Great in any color. Great in nothing. Isn't that right, Ashley? Sorry. My friend Ashley. Awesome person. The Hardys are less broken in this interview. Then Matt got a little more broken during the main event. Cruz versus Kalisto. I'm tired of this. Cruz got the... I don't care. Cruz got the win. Great. Cool. Tozawa and Cruz would be a fun team, but this whole thing with Titus is going nowhere. 50-50 booking. Kalisto wins 1 or 2. Cruz wins 1 or 2. Unless Cruz ends up winning this feud outright and Kalisto goes to 205 Live, there is no point. Slater and Rhino, Miz, they were not cracker lacking in this segment. Rhino went from being an NWA TNA champion in 2005 and being used decently, at least in NWA and TNA for a while, to now eating crackers on TV. At least he's getting paid better. Whatever, I guess fat shaming's funny still. You had Alexa, Nia, Mickey, Dana, Emma's back, and Sasha, and you had like high school bickering. No, you're this. No, you're this. And, oh no, I'm going to beat you. Oh no, you're just this little troll. You're this. Oh God. I mean, you're this little dwarf. Like, really, guys? Come on. None of you women, besides Nia, none of you women are all that tall. You probably shouldn't be insulting each other's height. I mean, I know they're playing characters, but it's just, it makes the women seem like bickering little bitches and does not make them seem like legit athletes. It's like, promo-wise, they're going backwards. I mean, while the female talent is still great, it's like they're going backwards with the booking. Stop booking the Raw women so bad. Then, I mean, I'm glad to see Emma back. Except then you have Mickey, Sasha, and Dana versus Alexa, Nia, and Emma. First off, this match started in the commercial, and Emma ended up tapping. Well, so much for Emma's return. I mean, if Nia, like, I mean, I'm not saying Nia should have gotten beat, but how about Dana taking the fall? Emma beating Dana. Set up that feud or something. I mean, Sasha versus Emma could be fine, but I think Emma versus Dana losing, and then Emma versus Sasha at, say, SummerSlam would be fine. But no, they had Emma tap, and it was stupid, and it took a lot of steam out of the match. And Finn Balor video package, I mean, I'm all for it, but I wish that they would use them better. Maybe they do have Balor versus Lesnar at SummerSlam. They're probably going to actually have Rollins versus Lesnar, possibly. Though I wish they'd extend this Joe versus Lesnar program, because I think there's money. I'm not sure that Rollins really should get a title shot, because he's going to be in the main event picture regardless. He's going to be in the upper mid-card main event picture. Bayley interview, that was weird. Unless this is going to lead to Bayley forming more of an edge or just finally snapping and saying, yeah, it's like having a split personality, hugging or whatever, and then snapping on her opponents. Unless you're going to do something like that, this really was weird. It's like, I'm not going to change myself or whatever to Grace. Can we end this in a hug? Gives him a hug. It was weird. It was really weird. I think there's a little potential, but it didn't really fix anything with Bayley. Maybe if you make it where it's a split personality thing, like I said, she, hugs the fans, this kind of stuff or whatever, but then snaps on her opponents at like the slightest thing, or like the opponents do something to her, just something that sets her off. Oh, you can't get extreme, and she just snaps on them. Unless you do something like that, really you're not going to fix Bayley's character, because you've done too much damage to it, and it's sad because her character was over in NXT and over for a number of months on the main roster. Then Slater and Rhino versus Miz and the Bear. The Bear was just some jobber guy. And then Dean, of course, gets in the ring and is the Bear. And Dean hits Slater with the Dirty Deeds, and then hits Miz with the Dirty Deeds, and uses Slater to cover Miz for that IC title thing where Miz wanted Slater to be his partner and ditch Rhino, and now maybe we get Slater versus Miz. We could get Slater versus Miz at Great Balls of Fire for the IC title. I'd actually be all for that, because then it would keep the title off of Reigns for a bit, but Slater's not going to beat Miz at Great Balls of Fire. Even if they go that route, it's not going to happen. Unless they do Slater versus Miz versus Dean and say Slater covers Miz out of nowhere. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Do not give the title back to Dean, though. Then Neville beat up Swan. I mean, it was fine. It was fine. I mean, Swan's better than this, but Swan's been kind of just middle of the road anyway. A Neville Tozawa feud, I can get behind that. I think that'd be a great feud, and if they want to have that at Great Balls of Fire, I'm all for it, but extend the program and have Tozawa be the guy to beat Neville at SummerSlam. Tozawa or Mustafa Ali. As much as I like Cedric Alexander, I think Cedric Alexander needs a little more time. He hadn't gotten injured. I think he would have had a chance. Gallows and Anderson versus Enzo and Cass. Again, it happened, and Gallows and Anderson won. Cass was attacked backstage and laid out, but stumbled out to the ring anyway. Oh, but it was one shot that took Big Cass down. One shot and I was down. And I got this pit in my stomach, and then Big Show comes out and rescues Enzo, and it's going to be Big Show that attacked Cass, which is so stupid. Because my question is, who attacked Enzo? I mean, if it turns out that it was the Revival that attacked Enzo, but Big Show attacked Cass, I mean, then you got a little bit of a layer, I guess, but it kind of makes no sense because you have no third guy to team with. Maybe a Big Show wanting to be Enzo's partner, being jealous that Big Cass is another giant. Another 7-foot guy, even though he's 6'10". I don't know. That now the storyline's getting messy. You gotta reveal who the attacker is soon. I mean, I was interested at first. Now it's starting to drag out a little bit because I fear it's gonna be Big Show, and it shouldn't be. Then you had Sheamus and Cesaro, Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Hardys in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the tag titles. And they hyped this up really well in interviews and a video package. I was really excited about this. The first fall was over before I could finish describing the whole damn thing. Like, Sheamus and Cesaro get the first fall. Second fall comes really quick right after the commercial break. And so it's 1-1, and then they have a count-out finish. Now, I mean, I'm kind of rushing through this, but I'm sorry. This was a Raw that had so much potential, and I'm going to give it a C. And here's why I'm going to give it a C as opposed to last week when I gave it a C-. It didn't have Reigns on it. So right there, that bumps it up just a little bit because it wasn't nearly as boring. There was some good stuff there and some good potential feuds and some good seeds, but I'm only giving it a C. It's only slightly better. And the Joe Lesnar brawl basically does push it up to a C. So, I mean, SmackDown ought to be better, and who knows? Maybe it'll be better. Maybe Raw will be better as we get closer to SummerSlam. I hope, because right now it's pretty much dragging. Anyway, that's what I gotta say. Do you agree, disagree? Like, share, comment, subscribe. My Twitter link is in the description. Been Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I am John Ritlin, and I will see you soon.